so intense. Yesterday I was walking to work and this little old lady was on the corner of the street about to cross, and suddenly this truck turned right in front of her and she couldn't cross. She was so mad. She said, "Did you see that? Did you see that? Did you see that?" I said, "Yes, I saw that. I saw it. I saw it." I left her there in the corner waiting for the next light and talking about the truck. There wasn't anyone listening, but she was talking anyway, just talking away. Then I was walking along and this man looked at me. He was dressed like a businessman, wearing a shirt and tie, carrying 3 cups of coffee and a newspaper. He looked at me as he was passing and he yelled, "I love you! You! Hey you, I love you!" Then he started making siren noises to bring me back, but I didn't go back. I didn't even look back. I was on my way to work. Then I looked at the big clock on the street to see if I was on time, and the face of the clock was gone. It was empty. There was no clock at all, so I didn't know what time it was. I didn't know if it was going to be early or late. Then the big bell started chiming just as I was walking in, and Garciola says, "Look at the floor." They painted the steps. And sure enough, there the steps painted. Yesterday they were light brown, today they're dark brown steps. They looked terrible. By noon they were covered in footprints. I couldn't believe they paint the steps like that. It was incredible. Then I got a cup of coffee and it tasted so bitter I had to throw it out. Bitter coffee. I threw it out in the street and looked at the clock again. It was still missing, so I couldn't see the time. I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen next. Life is so intense. Have you ever seen 2 cats mating? I have. It's weird. They do it missionary style, like people. And their faces, it's hilarious. He's working so hard and she's taking it. A little embarrassed, kind of in pain. Barry and I went to this party in someone's backyard and we were on our way to the music and food and back, walking by the side of the house, and we saw them. In the bushes, 2 cats. Barry says, "Wow." I said, "I know, I wish they'd take their cat costumes off so you could see who they are." He said, "Don't you know who they are? That's us, Karen." I looked at him and thought, oh no. But he thought, oh yes, and he pushed me slowly into the shrubbery and we did it right there. I don't think anybody saw. We were quiet like a couple of cats. After we were finished, I said, "Check my dress." He said, "It's clean," and off we went. Men, why do they always run off after sex? He said, "I'll grab us a couple of beers," and then he disappeared. I knew we were gonna be apart that night, staring at each other from across the room. Leanne comes up to me and says, "Ooh, Karen, I see you have leaves in your hair." I said, "Call me Flora, the goddess of spring." I knew I smelled funny. I looked for Barry. He was ignoring me. Just wanted that night to be over. I started to think that was all for me and Barry. Those damn cats, they put a curse on us. We argued all night. It was 6 in the morning. Finally, I said, "What are you gonna do? Cut my heart out with an obsidian knife?" That got him. His mouth falls open and just stays open. He gets up, scrambles me some eggs. "Hey, easy on the Tabasco." Then he puts the toaster on 5, like I like it, the right setting, and browns me up some toast. I read the news on my iPad, and he just sits there like some giant eraser's gonna come down out of the sky and wipe me off the face of the earth. I go to the basement to think about all of this. And all of a sudden, at the tippy top of the basement window, where a little bit of daylight comes in, I can see his sneakers. He's pretending to do yard work, conspicuously pretending. Turns on the sprinklers, sneakers. Gets out the rake, sneakers again. Then he pops his upside down head in, man, something but sneakers and a head. "Your Highness," he says. help, I can't find my sunglasses. And I say, oh yeah? And what does Stevie Wonder want with sunglasses?